Hey, welcome back. Kudos to you for taking your emotional fitness seriously. In this, our final week, let's explore using discontent for emotional growth. Emotional fitness is just as much about ending suffering as it is about building positive emotional strength. To do one without the other creates internal suffering and strife. Our subconscious mind's method of providing us with feedback is through our feelings. We are designed to experience feelings as a direct result of our emotions. Having some stress, anxiety, or unease about any part of your life is normal. When it becomes chronic, persistent, and without stimuli, it is abnormal. And when we pay attention to our feelings, we find that our feelings could be a message that there's something that we need to address or deal with. Maybe there's something that you need to do more or less of. Could be there's something that you need to get into or get out of. These could be symptoms of divine discontent, which in its simplest form is an emotional state created from the comparison between who we are today and who we desire to become. We call it divine because this type of discontent starts from within and can lead to making things better. And until the last 30 years or so, divine discontent was left solely to the realm of the spiritual. So some symptoms of divine discontent are mismatched goals and aspirations, a feeling that you could or should do or be more, feeling fidgety and uneasy for reasons that are unclear to you, a dissatisfaction with the status quo, inability to sleep, restlessness, anger, and irritation, and a deep inner sense that something isn't as it should be. Divine discontent, when we pay attention to it, is a potential source of power, and the way to resolve it is to lead with questions, not answers. Divine discontent arrives when we compare what we are to what we have the power to become. And as Thomas Edison said, discontent always comes before a positive life change. And you could ask, why is that? Well, let's face it. Satisfied people never take actions to change their circumstances, and restless dissatisfaction with what is the catalyst for all significant life changes. To move forward, no matter the life stage we are in, when confronted with our own discontent, there are some questions that we must answer, and these questions that can be answered globally and individually. Once we get the answers, no matter how long it takes, then we have direction to fuel us. So let's look at the questions. Question number 1 is what stops us from moving forward, from acting, from being ourselves? Well, the easy answer is fear and how we handle what we fear. It's absolutely okay to feel fear. We all do. What's not okay is when we get stuck in it. If we get stuck in our fear response, it prevents us from moving forward and we miss out on the opportunity to be courageous. So question number 2 is what controls and determines the quality of our lives? Our beliefs. If we want a better life, we need to upgrade our beliefs. And we've got a formula to do that. We can easily use the table to examine our current beliefs and to be able to create new ones. So question number 3, are our emotions helping us or harming us? And the global answer is yes. Our emotions can both help us and harm us, and we have the power to change them. Question number 4, is there a map to change? Yeah, there are maps to change. The task is to figure out where we want to go, right? So after we've answered the questions and we've made a decision, then we find the maps that can support us in getting there. Having maps without having made a decision or even having a goal in mind doesn't help us. It adds to our confusion and just gives us maps. So when we're stuck in divine discontent, we all feel lost. The good news is you're not lost. You're in the meantime. You're in the hallway of life. And finding the inner confidence to move forward in a clear direction means overcoming the feeling of being alone. Always remember, we're not the only people who've been in the hallway of life before. It is not personal, and you are not alone. We can overcome the feeling by finding others who've successfully navigated a transition or who've done what we want to do. Feeling divine discontent means we are naturally focusing on what's wrong and dreaming about what could be. To make forward progress, we need to decide where we're headed and transition from focusing on what's wrong to focusing on what's strong. So how do we go from focusing on what's wrong to focusing on what's strong? Well, we do it one activity, one day, one thought at a time. We could connect with counselors and coaches. We could join communities and fellowships. We can make use of thought experiments like those offered here at Thrive Plus. We can use resources like journals and watch videos like the TED Talks I've shared. We can expand our social circle by making like-minded friends. We write down our visions. And then we create goals and plans to get there. And most importantly, we take a journey of self-discovery and begin to enjoy the benefits of emotional intelligence. To wrap it all up, the number one takeaway is when you understand the path in front of you, it makes the journey a little more pleasant and a lot less scary. And if you can trust to the journey along the stages of your change, you will become a new person with a new life built on new habits and attitudes that will support you in your long-term goals and put a stop to the crazy 8 cycle. So why would I share these ideas with you? Well, because emotional fitness is easiest developed on the path to building self-efficacy by realizing a worthwhile goal. Your thought experiment for the week is to utilize the Clarity Tool. The Clarity Tool can help you to answer 4 key questions. First, where are you? What is your current status with 100% truth? Second, what's your 1-year goal? And you're going to decide that by looking back. Imagine yourself a year from now and then look back. What does it look like? And write that down. Number 3, why is this goal important to you? Why do you have to do this? Why must you be successful in your 1-year goal? Who will you become? What will you have accomplished? And who will you have impacted? And finally, what do you need to accomplish your goal? What power, what abilities, what skills, and what resources do you need? The Clarity Tool is right underneath this video. So go ahead, check it out, create yourself some goals, and I'll see you in the next video.